Hey guys, it's Sunday and I am going to make a video here with you chatting. I was supposed to go to the doll show today. Unfortunately, it's raining here in the Chicago area all day long, and I was going to be using my husband's car. My car has an important adjustment that needs to be made to it, but it won't be made until Tuesday. And he was going to take his convertible up to his mom's house for some work he's doing up there, but it doesn't do so great in the rain, so we tried to see what we could do, but it didn't make sense to like rent a car and all that. So we are not going to the doll show, but a couple of the babies were all dressed and ready to go, and I've got a little bit of time here now. Of course, there's tons of stuff I could do, but I've got my coffee and some babies here, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a chat video and catch up with you guys. So bring on the babies. So Keanu was definitely ready to go to the doll show. I was all set and planning to bring Thomas Niklaus. Absolutely, he's all dressed too, and he'll probably come on here in a couple minutes. But Jacqueline did say she hoped she would see Keanu, and so especially since she had a booth at the doll show, which I'm so bummed that I didn't get to visit. She had some new outfits and some new babies. I thought I would bring him along to visit her also. Seemed like the right thing to do. So he is here. He's wearing his one-of-a-kind pants and bib that Jacqueline made. The pants have this cool blue geometric pattern, and the bib is a white textured fabric with a ribbon across the front that says love, 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 XOXO. And then he's got this bracelet that Jacqueline made. She actually sent him home with 2 bracelets, and so he has one on. And I think I put one on, boy, I almost called her Jackie. Brewster. Brewster's given name from her artist actually was Jackie. That's funny. I think I put the one with the slightly green tinge on her last night. So I got this email from YouTube the other day, and it's like, you know, creator insights. You get these, like, I think it's monthly, and it lets you know how you're doing, how many subscribers you have increased over the last month, and whether that was the, you know, an increase in the number of increases, or if you had a lower percentage of increases than you did the month before, how many views in minutes and all those things. And then it included in it tips. It includes tips on how to increase your subscriber base, how to attract people, how to keep your audience engaged. Obviously all geared around increasing viewership and popularity and all of that. And it got me thinking, well, I started looking at my stats, and you know, I read the article briefly, but anyway, so that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about something that is similar to some things I've seen talked about by Miss Serenity Smith and Inez. I think you've talked along this line. I don't think it's quite exact. I'd have to go back and watch the videos to know for sure, but it is a little different because it pertains to me and like my my way, my philosophy, or my wants, whatever. So anyway, I found myself looking through my statistics, you know, like how many minutes of view time, whether, you know, what percentage were subscribers versus non-subscribers, and the average length of time that a video is watched. And then I was looking through, you know, like, I get curious sometimes which of my videos have the highest views, right? You kind of get a feel for what people like. So box openings get the highest. That kind of goes without saying. I noticed a couple of things. So I noticed that my fairly recent video that talked about customer shaming and sort of treatment by artists and things like, and sellers in the community when you're looking to buy a baby, whether it's a custom or what have you, that had like almost as much, and probably will be since it'll keep climbing, as much as the box openings. About five times, between okay, what am I trying to say? Between 5 and 10 times, depending on which video, but quite a bit more activity than the vast majority of my other videos. The other thing I noticed that stood out to me was the average length of time viewed. I think my average length of time is like 4.5 minutes, something like that. I would say my average video is 20 minutes, sometimes more. So without really realizing it at first, I was thinking, well, I should do some more short videos because people don't like to watch for a long period of time. And what other chat topics can I come up with that are gonna grab people? Okay, so I'm just being honest with you, that's what I was thinking. And it was almost immediately after I thought, what am I thinking? Well, number one, I noticed that that's exactly how, well, I would assume that that's how a lot of channels end up going towards the quote unquote like drama. Not the drama that involves other people, but the tinge for, I'll just say drama, right? What was that topic? That topic that I put up was customer shaming in the community. That sounds like drama. That attracts a crowd. So if you want to get more views, I mean, I've talked about fashion, I've talked about type of collection, I've talked about the beauty of dolls, I've talked about a bunch of different things. The one that got by far, the chat that got by far the most amount of views was customer shaming. And I think not too far behind it was the video that had to do with my take on the existence of bullying. So that tells me that we really love that stuff. I mean, Jerry Springer got quite popular too. I mean, intrigue and, you know, it's just interesting. Gossip, all that stuff's really interesting. So, first off, I saw how easy it is to go down that road. Let's just look at this little man for a minute, because I'm going to go ahead and switch to another baby. I think I'll probably take Niklaus out. I think the lighting is pretty decent. I've turned off the internal light here, and I just have the blinds open on both windows. It is rainy and overcast. I do have him turned so that he's facing the window, so I think we're getting enough light to see him. But this baby is just so cute. So this is Keanu Kale. For those of you that haven't seen him before, he is the Reborn Dominic Asleep kit from Bountiful Baby, and he is reborn by master artist Jacqueline Cassidy. She is here on YouTube. It's Jacqueline Cassidy, and if you haven't seen yet, Tasha from Pixie Mommy's Reborns also just added a baby from Jacqueline to her collection. So definitely head over to her channel and check that out. But I love this boy. I love the way that he moves. I love his peaceful look. I love his little lip. He's got painted hair. So realistic. And if you don't know, this baby actually won the most realistic doll in my collection contest that I did a week or two ago. By far. I mean, I didn't have a ton of votes, but percentage-wise, he by far won. So he's got some shoes on today. This is the first time ever. You guys, if you hear that, that is the poodle puppy snoring. Okay, that's Augie. He's he's about 10 weeks old, and he's snoring over here. Okay. Yeah, so if you're ever looking for a painted hair baby and a baby who's extremely photogenic and has a very realistic weighting, you know, like weight balancing and movement for when other people watch you pick up that baby, Jacqueline is a star at that. Absolute star. So this is Keanu. He is one of my dreams. I absolutely love every baby in my collection. I have 4. You can up here. That is Ronan's knee. Ronan is out too. I moved him to get at the blankets, so he's hanging out up here too. Okay, let's get Niklaus, and I will be right back. Here he is, my little star. Niklaus has his little hat on today, and his little scratch mitts and his socks. We had him all covered up and ready to be out in public. But he's looking very cozy and cuddly. It's a little bit chilly out today, so it's definitely fitting. Okay, so I was saying that when I started to review and consider the stats on the videos, I started thinking, oh, I should make videos that are shorter, and I should consider more topics in this area because that's what people like. And then immediately after, I was like, why? Why am I thinking that? Oh, here's Augie. You can see his fur here. Okay. Why am I thinking that? So number one, my channel is not monetized. Okay. So it's understandable if I were making money off my videos that I would want to increase the number of views. If I were qualified to monetize, I would consider it, just because why not? I do know that it would shift the focus of my channel a little bit, whether I wanted it to or not, because I'd be aware of that more frequently. Also, like, I'm not on here for numbers. Like on my conscious level, I'm not here for the most amount of people I can get, like a popularity contest or something like that. Like that's not even who I am, and yet still it still goes on. It's still going on, right? Without even thinking about it, you know, how can I get more people to follow? To what end? What difference? If I think about it logically, what difference does that make? And I think about, what if I weren't conscious of this knee-jerk reaction or this tendency to become more visible or more liked or more followed? Or I've touched on this before, and I really would like to pull the study up, and maybe if I find the study, I'll put a link in the description below if anybody's interested. I'll try. There is verification that likes on social media does stimulate the pleasure centers of the brain and does feed something in us. So the more we feed that, and then if we go without that, the more painful it is. It's validation, even just scrolling that activates something pleasurable in the brain. But it definitely can be measured in similar ways to addiction. Also in real life, a lot of us will behave in certain ways, whether we mean to or not necessarily maliciously, in a way that where we'll fit in better, where we'll be socially accepted, where we'll have more fans or more friends or what have you. So I guess it's not like quote unquote abnormal, but it's fascinating to me that still it seems to be a unconscious habitual thing or reactionary thing to want to increase likes. So certainly then I start to consider why I do the social media, and that is a mystery to me. I've talked about this before, that I'm not exactly sure why. It's definitely got to be an egoic thing. Even if it's an egoic thing, like look at how awesome my dolls are. I don't know. I do know that I write, and I don't think blogs are a big thing anymore. Maybe they are, but I had a blog and I would need to publish. And I know that that's actually kind of a trait for writers going back many, many, many generations. It's sort of, true writers like need to write. Like they can't not write. But I would put the blog out there knowing, like maybe nobody will read it, maybe they will, but I had this need to express and share. And I think that's what draws me to sharing my photographs, my videos, my ramblings on. But it's really an interesting question still. Why? If it's for the community, we're sharing and it's a big share circle and people interact, like that's awesome. But then why the desire to grow our audience, to grow our viewership? Particularly if we're not monetized, or even people who are monetized who say it's just some side thing, like they don't really care. I know what the nice answers are, right? Like I know the nice answer is because we want to share the dolls and share the fashion and share with like-minded people, and that's true and that's obvious, right? For sure. I definitely think that. But I think there's more to it that maybe we can't answer. I don't know that I can fully answer it. But I definitely know that it's very important to be conscious of what our motivations are, what our reactions are. Not even necessarily because we need to change them, but even more so that we can choose our actions consciously, and even more important, I think, than our actions, we can choose our state of mind consciously. Then we're more aware of how we're reacting to things, how we're affected by things. Awareness, like looking at the reality, listening to the thoughts, knowing what's going on there, so that it's not just some tape that's playing underneath that's influencing you that you're not consciously aware of. So definitely, I think we should bring another baby on. What do you guys think? Let's see what we can do. And we have another baby. This baby wasn't coming to the doll show, so he's not dressed up special, but he always looks beautiful. So you guys, this is Augie. This is the puppy that we got a couple of weeks ago. He is Tumo's blood brother, just from a litter several years after the fact. He's really tired. I just plopped him down in here. I didn't expect him to just pass out. But he was about 2 months when we brought him home, and it's been about 2 weeks. So he was born on March 25th of this year. He is a standard poodle, and he is incredibly smart. He's already sitting, and he can shake on command. He doesn't do it every time, but he certainly knows how. He has started now ringing the bell to let us know when he needs to go outside, and you can tell his muscles for holding it have developed. He's not perfect at it yet. He's very willful. He loves to play. He's has little fear. And he's a character. He'll do an all four paw jump, leap. And he and Tumo wrestle already, and he is learning the wrestling and fighting techniques like hip checks and butt checks, and yeah. So we've been very impressed with him. Okay, we'll say bye, Augie. All right, guys, so we're just gonna go ahead and finish up here with Miss Brewster. We'll let her bring it home. So yes, I did. I put the bracelet from Jacqueline on here. She, of course, is wearing the Babadoo outfit that Auntie Ashley from Baby Love Heartsmith sent to her, and she is looking fabulous in this olive green color. What a beautiful, beautiful girl she is. Ugh. She is gorgeous. Gorgeous sculpting, gorgeous painting, gorgeous attitude. So what I would love to hear from you guys is, what do you think? Beyond just sharing the hobby, and maybe that is your final answer, but what do you think drives you in your videos and or pictures? If you have a channel where you make videos, or if you just post pictures, what do you think drives you? And do you find yourself reacting to the public's reaction or your followers' reaction? Do you find yourself searching for content that will be better reacted to? Do you look at what people are watching and try to do more of that? Or do you just kind of keep being you and doing your thing regardless? Are you trying to grow your channel? And by the way, if you have friends or people that you follow who are monetized, and when they do ads, I'm pretty sure that I just read that they don't get credit for the ad being watched unless the whole ad is watched, or at least 30 seconds of it. So I've been trying to let the ads run when they play instead of skipping them. So it's a nice thing to do. Just thought that was something you might like to know. You guys, Brewster is the Peanut Sculpt, if you haven't met her before, by Priscilla Lopez, and she was reborn by Wendy Graham of Wendy's Babies, also the same one who reborned Niklaus, the baby that was on here before Augie, and he was the Atticus Sculpt by Laura Lee Eagles. Yeah, so let me know what are your social media habits, drivers, reactions. What do you think that the psychology is behind it for you? And I don't necessarily think it's a good or bad thing, other than, you know, wanting to be able to sort of overcome that subconscious ego driver and be more genuine in life in general. But otherwise, it just, you know, most things are what they are, right? And it's just about being, I just think it's about being aware. It's not necessarily about changing, judging, condemning, whatever. Thank you for watching, and if you've watched the entirety of it, you are way ahead of the curve of the average of 4 to 4.5 minutes of viewing time. So, woohoo! Obviously, I haven't changed my ways, but I hope you've enjoyed seeing the babies. I could just stare at them all day. I definitely need to accomplish something. Maybe we should... I'll get Ronan on here real quick, just because I don't want him to feel left out. There's the little munchkin. Yep. So he is real born Clyde asleep. Also from Bountiful Baby. His artist is Rebecca Sheary. So thank you again so much for watching, you guys. I hope that you have had a great weekend. It's definitely rainy and dreary here, but I hope that you're still, even if it's rainy and dreary where you are, that you're able to enjoy your time and that you are well and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, as always, you are invited to subscribe, but either way, I appreciate you being here. I look forward to hearing from you. Please do leave any thoughts that you have to add in the comments below. And until next time, we're sending you much love. Bye for now.